Time for a Legal Minute with the Law Office of Cooley Schreer in Springfield. Today we're joined by attorney Sean Willis. We're talking about rights for tenants and landlords. There's a certain amount of service that a landlord needs to provide for his tenants.
Yeah, absolutely. Tenants should always be aware that landlords are required by law to maintain their rental units in a habitable condition. That means basic requirements: running water, a working stove, an oven, a sink.
Yeah, a sink that's big enough
sink in the kitchen
to do what you need. And then there's structural things too.
Absolutely. The apartment should always be protected from the weather and from rodents and pests. So landlords should always be required to fix broken windows, leaky roofs, plumbing leaks, things like that.
Next, the bathroom needs to be kept at a certain level, and then also lead paint becomes an issue for certain people.
That's a big one. Any household with a child under 6 has to be lead free, and the landlord's responsible for making sure that it is lead free. And if they can't tell a tenant that they have to move out. They can't refuse to rent the place to a tenant just because they have to de-lead it. And if the current tenant has to be removed for any period of time to de-lead the apartment, the landlord would be required to
put them
pay for the relocation for that temporary time. Absolutely.
Now, another question, I think a lot of people out there have faced it. What happens when you get a landlord that's not so glamorous, that doesn't do all these things that they're supposed to?
Well, obviously the first thing they should do is notify the landlord in writing of what the issues are and give them an opportunity to fix them. If they don't fix them in a certain amount of time, at least 5 days, then they could do one of several things. They could notify the local code enforcement agency. They could also repair at their own cost and deduct that amount from the next month's rent.
And as always, they can hire someone like you or the folks at Cooley Schreer.
And they could always do that.
Sean, great tips. Thanks so much for stopping by today. That's your Legal Minute. And for more information, call 413-781-0750 or visit CooleySchreer.com.